Hello, this is Juniper of Solavi Studio, joyfully unifying nature-inspired perceptions with evolving rhythm. And today is not Sunday, but hopefully I'll just post this on Sunday because I'll still have company. So, and be building to get the porch done. So today is Self-Love Sunday. And so in my 23 questions, I mentioned that this children's book called Wise Child by Monica Furlong is one of my all-time favorite books. And there's just little tidbits in here that I've found inspiring in my life. Sorry, it's kind of cold out, so I'm a little red in the face. My hands are a little red as well. Oof. Anyways, that's how it is. So, okay, the story is Juniper, who, I guess that's why I introduce myself as Juniper. My given name is Jennifer, but my dad loves Donovan. So when I was little, he would put on the Donovan record on his record player that I was never allowed to touch because he didn't want me to break the record player needle. So he would take out the Donovan record and put it on and play the song Juniper for me. So and then I came across this book, later on, and Juniper's an herbalist, so this book inspired me to start growing herbs and exploring the plant realm in more of a medicinal and healing sense. So, but anyway, this is set, centuries ago. It's not specific of the time, but Juniper lives outside of the village on a hill by herself. And culturally back then, she was not from that country. She was I think she's from Wales, and this is set in Scotland. So she wasn't from that country, so she spoke a bit differently, and she also was a woman who was living alone. And she was a wise woman, but the village was Christian, so there was some conflict with her being called a witch, and that's at the end of this book. So, anyways, Wise Child was her mom was away over here, her dad was a sailor, so he's off on his boat, and she was left with her grandmother who passed away. But in the village, there were, the harvests hadn't been super prolific, so there was a bit of a food shortage, and most of the families who had children already, they had so many children that their houses were full. So Wise Child ended up living with Juniper, and this is like the beginning of them living together. It says, after breakfast, Juniper began to wash up the dishes, and she asked me to sweep the floor. I fetched the broomstick to humor her, but I thought I'd better have the housework problem with her out right away. I don't like cleaning, or dusting, or cooking, or doing dishes, or any of those things, I explained to her. And I don't usually do it. I find it boring, you see. Everyone has to do those things, Juniper said. Rich people don't, I pointed out. Juniper laughed, as she often did at things I said in those early days, but at once became quite serious. They miss a lot of fun, she said, but quite apart from that, keeping yourself clean, preparing the food you're going to eat, clearing it away afterward, that's what life's about, Wise Child. When people forget that or lose touch with it, they lose touch with other important things as well. And this is back in the day, so no disrespect, but then Wise Child responds, men don't do those things. And Juniper said, exactly. Also, as you clean the house up, it gives you time to tidy yourself up inside. You'll see. I was surprised to find that I quite liked sweeping the floor. And then it goes on. But that's just one of those, there's so many little snippets in there. And But that's one of the ones that struck me, and I've come back to that a bit through the years. And what I realize is that when I am washing the dishes, you don't have to have your complete attention on washing the dishes. I always have little thoughts going through my head, or in my windowsill, in my kitchen windowsill, right above my sink, I have a little candle holder so I can light a candle, and I have some plants. I have my little orchid there, I have my little jade plant, I have some house plant cuttings that I'm starting to root in the kitchen window, and so then I have a candle in the middle, and as I'm washing dishes and smelling the essential oils, sometimes I'll put a few drops of something in the dishwater. It is a time to tidy yourself up inside. Just go through the thoughts you've had that day and mentally process things. But I love when the kitchen is all clean and it's pristine, which it generally only is for about 3 minutes until somebody brings, a dirty water glass, or the plate that they just had their snack on, and they're supposed to wash their own dishes. My children are, but anyways, sometimes it's the, oh, I'll do it later thing. So, but when you're washing the dishes, when you're sweeping your floor, when you're, washing the mirrors, or taking care of the counter, or giving your faucet that extra little shine to make sure there's no debris left over from all of the work that it's done. It does give you a quiet time to just think about your goals, or what you'd like, or just gives you a quiet moment to yourself. So if you do, that's fabulous. But you can have those quiet little meditative moments just doing the day-to-day things. And those day-to-day things that have to get done anyways. And because people are there's so many responsibilities that we have, those little day-to-day tasks like brushing your teeth, or washing your face, or washing the dishes, those little moments we can take and use them in an intentional way to focus on your goal, to take a moment of gratitude, to marvel at how amazing it is that we can just, in my house, lift up this lever and have hot water coming out, that I don't have to haul it from the creek and boil it over a fire that I made. So it's just take those little moments in life and use them to your benefit. Okay, blessings on your day.